Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
And I'm Officer Max.
Here we are, all three of us together. Patreon's your thing. Check out the link in the description below. Loads and loads of stuff on there. It's time for a bargain price of just...
No, £1.50 a month.
How much, Mike?
£1.50.
Bargain, that is.
Yes.
Just check it out if it's for you, and I'm guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Cheapest chips.
What if a modern jet fought at Pearl Harbor?
I think it could be a lot different.
These are like the comparisons I love.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they could put these things together and work it out and, you know, what's better, what's worse. Interesting stuff.
I think the modern jet is just an amazing...
Oh, they're incredible piece of kit, aren't they?
Technology.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah,
the firepower and the movement, the speed, agility, absolutely everything.
It's just the tech on it. Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Some of them bombers that they used a couple of weeks ago when it was going off in the Middle East a little bit, just watching them fly out. I was just like, look at these.
Yeah, it's just a different world, and it really is. You know.
Should we get into this? See what happens?
Yeah.
December 7th, 1941. Hundreds of Japanese planes roar over Pearl Harbor. Battleships explode. Airfields burn. It's one of the darkest days in U.S. military history. But let's change one thing. Sitting on the tarmac, hidden under a tarp, is something no one understands. The F-22 Raptor, a modern fighter jet dropped into a battle it was never built for. So what happens if the most advanced jet on Earth is unleashed during one of the most infamous attacks in history? Can it stop the raid? Or is it just one jet against hundreds? So what exactly just got dropped into 1941? It can cruise at Mach 1.5 without afterburners, over 1,100 miles per hour, or 1,770 kilometers per hour, faster than anything that existed in 1941. It's nearly invisible to radar, and it's armed to the teeth. Here's what it's carrying. 6 AIM-120 AMRAAMs, radar-guided air-to-air missiles capable of hitting targets from over 50 miles away, or nearly 100 miles with the latest variant. 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders, heat-seeking missiles for close-range combat. 1 M61A2 Vulcan cannon, 20mm 6-barrel cannon with 480 rounds, firing up to 100 rounds per second. Its radar can track over 20 targets at once and fire before the enemy even knows it's there. It climbs faster, turns sharper, and flies higher than anything that existed back then. But it's not invincible. No ground crew, no spare parts, no modern fuel. In 1941, nobody can fix it, refuel it, or even understand it. The Raptor gets one chance, and then it's done. Now let's look at what it's up against. On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese launched a surprise attack with 353 aircraft, split into 2 waves. The lineup? Mostly Mitsubishi A6M0 fighters, Nakajima B5N torpedo bombers, and Aichi D3A dive bombers. The Zero was fast and agile for its time, but still topped out around 330 miles per hour, or 530 kilometers per hour. The bombers were even slower, barely reaching 230 miles per hour. That's less than 370 kilometers an hour. These planes had no computers, no radar, no guided weapons. Everything was done manually, from aiming to navigation. If they wanted to shoot something, they had to see it first and get close. Their strategy relied on tight formations and overwhelming the enemy with speed and coordination, not technology. And back then, it worked, because no one was ready for it. But this time, someone is. The first wave of Japanese aircraft approaches. 183 planes.
What's your take on it?
I didn't realise there was that many planes. It was like 350 odd. Yeah. Can you imagine what that would have looked like? Actually being at Pearl Harbor, watching all that amount of planes coming in, and the noise and
2 waves.
Everything.
Yeah, just that groan, wouldn't it?
Wow.
Whining groan.
I was thinking it's way more impressive, sort of how they did it in terms of old World War II, like how you have to manually do everything. Yeah. It's less impressive nowadays because you just press a few buttons and then boom, you've killed a million people.
Might be slightly more technical than just pressing a few buttons, but you know,
pressing a few more buttons.
What's more impressive to you though? Is it actually flying a plane manually and getting close up to something and shooting at it, or having an advanced missile that can be guided and pinpoint precision from thousands of miles away?
The technology is more impressive, but the fact you have to do it on the fly in the plane is more, because it's coordination.
More
yeah, get that.
It's definitely more ballsy.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's why they took so many. It's like we're going to lose a few.
In those days there was a lot more risk to them because of they didn't have any protection, particularly, did they? It was just their own skill for getting out of a dogfight and things like that. Whereas these days, the modern jets with the radars and things like that, they're a lot safer for the pilots because they've got so much protection going on around them.
They can fly so high as well. These would kind of.
They can fly out the way. They can shoot planes down without the plane even seeing them.
Yeah,
but these guys, like I say, they have to be up close and personal, don't they?
Imagine that. What the fuck's that?
Yeah.
just sort of zooming past you, go, no, it's like a shark in the water.
He's just got Yakamoto. He's gone.
It's coming in low over the water. The Raptor takes off just as the first formations are spotted. It climbs to altitude within seconds, radar scanning the horizon. Within moments, it locks on to multiple targets, all from over 30 miles away. They don't see it. They don't even know it's there. Then, missiles. The first AMRAAMs streak through the air. 1 second, the formation is tight. The next, planes vanish mid-flight. No warning, no return fire. Panic sets in. The bombers break formation. Fighters spin off in all directions, trying to find the threat. Nobody knows where the attack came from. The Raptor swings out and strikes again. By the time the Japanese pilots figure out something's wrong, a dozen planes are already gone. They've never seen anything like this. And the scariest part? They still haven't even seen the jet yet. The second wave is already on the way. Another 170 planes flying the same path towards Pearl Harbor. But this time, the surprise is gone. Alarms are going off. Soldiers rush to man anti-aircraft guns. And up above, one jet is changing the entire battle. But there are over 300 enemy planes in the air, and no amount of tech can be everywhere at once. The jet is fast, but it's still just one. Every second it spins chasing fighters up high, more bombers sneak through down low. The F-22 is winning in the sky, but even that has a time limit. The Raptor can fly over 1,600 nautical miles, or about 1,840 miles, when cruising smoothly with extra fuel tanks attached. In intense combat, it burns fuel fast. After 30 to 40 minutes of dogfighting, it either lands or goes down. And landing creates a new problem. The F-22 runs on JP-8 jet fuel, a modern military-grade blend that doesn't exist in 1941. Even if it touches down safely, there's no way to refuel it. No one has the fuel, the tools, or the technical knowledge. It also can't be rearmed. Its AIM-120 and AIM-9 missiles don't exist yet. And even if someone found them, they'd have no idea how to load or launch them. No maintenance crew, no diagnostics, no spare parts. If a sensor fails or a system glitches, it stays that way. And without the right tools or computer systems, even something simple becomes mission-ending. Meanwhile, the Japanese side has fully functional logistics. Their aircraft launch from nearby aircraft carriers, which are stocked with fuel, bombs, and trained deck crews. They can refuel, rearm, and launch dozens of planes every few hours. In 1941, they've rehearsed this exact attack down to the second. The Raptor is unmatched in the air. But once it's out of fuel or ammo, it's done. No second run. The clock is
I get that, but what if that F-22 took out the supply ship? Carrier. What if you just went, I'll just leave the planes for a minute. It might knock a few out, but I'm going to take them out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they had.
True,
Could have been that many.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It would have took them out, sent them, and then they've got nothing then. Then they're either going to go down or they're going to have to land in Hawaii.
Yeah. I think it's a bit sort of like constraining, isn't it, saying that it can't refuel and it can't rearm sort of thing, but it's there in the first place. So, it's sort of like pick and choose what it can and can't do sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a suicide mission no matter what. So it's, do you take out the bombers and then that gets rid of all the sort of massive threat of Pearl Harbor, or... Because if you have no bombers, then what's the point of you being there? Yeah. You can cause a bit of damage, obviously.
If it's only got a certain amount of missiles, all of them will hit. All those planes will go down, but then if that's it, then that's it.
Yeah. Planes, if you strike early enough, because it's that fast, you'll be able to go way far out to where Japan launched their vessel from. Take the vessel out, or however many aircraft carriers they bring it over with the 300. On. As soon as the first wave might already be in the air, take them out as well. It's over.
Yeah, true.
And just come back and land, and then say, "See ya," and go back to the future.
Yeah.
A good point is saying how it just takes the surprise out of Pearl Harbor. So then, no matter what, the US now know that there's an attack going on, so they're going to take out more anyway, just from it.
And they might be able to, some of their planes might be able to take off before, because most of them got ploughed on the runways and on the ships, didn't they? I think most of the planes before they even knew it was happening. So it's a good point, that though. Yeah.
Picking, So the question is, can it actually stop the attack? Well, Pearl Harbor wasn't just an air battle. It was a coordinated strike on ships, airfields, and infrastructure. In the real 1941 attack, 8 U.S. battleships were damaged or sunk. 188 aircraft were destroyed on the ground, another 159 damaged, and more than 2,400 Americans lost their lives. Could one F-22 change that? Yes, but not completely. The Raptor dominates, but even that has limits. If every missile hits and the cannon is used perfectly, it might bring down around a dozen enemy aircraft. That's 8 with missiles and a few more using the Vulcan cannon, depending on how many rounds it takes to disable each one. Realistically, somewhere between 10 and 13 planes could be taken out. But that's it. Enough to disrupt a wave, not enough to stop an entire armada. That alone could save ships, save lives, especially if the Raptor focuses on hitting the bombers before they get into range. But it can't stop all of them. There are too many planes, too many angles, too many targets. Even a flawless F-22 mission can't be in 10 places at once. Some bombers will still get through, and some ships will still take hits. It changes the scale of the disaster, not the fact that it happened. But what about the bigger picture? The shock alone would hit both sides hard. For the Japanese pilots, it's chaos. Planes vanish before they even see the threat. The entire plan begins to fall apart. And for the American troops on the ground, they look up and see something they can't explain. A jet no one's ever seen, taking down the enemy with ease. They don't know what it is, only that it's on their side. It wouldn't stop Pearl Harbor, but it would shake the attackers, boost morale, and maybe, just maybe, turn panic into a fighting chance. The war still starts, but it doesn't start the same. It might develop differently, but one thing is certain. One jet can't protect every ship, every airfield, every soldier, especially without any supplies. Or, what do you think? And what happens when a Roman legion charges a World War II bunker?
Carnage.
I like how this guy thinks.
Carnage, mate.
I like how this guy thinks.
But these are the things you talk about in the pub.
Clash in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would win?
We like seeing like the animal battles, don't we? You know, polar bear against like grizzly or something like that. You know, interesting stuff.
Yeah, everyone's got a question on things like that, haven't they? What would happen if this happened?
Yeah, can you imagine that though in the 40s? If you were going along in them planes and you saw like the F1, the Raptor, you'd be literally thinking it's probably from outer space, wouldn't you? You know, if it was up close and with the speed of it and everything, it'd be like, gee, what the hell is it? With the speed of it and everything, gee.
Even if you just went past you, if it flew past you at Mach 1 or whatever it flies at, it'd probably take the plane out.
Bounces it.
Yeah, afterburners and stuff like that.
Interesting video though. I like that.
It's good that.
Are always great.
Interesting stuff.
Enjoyed it. Hope you guys did as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.
Cheers.